Hi everybody, this is Pepper here, living aboard with Chihuahuas, Story 12, Episode 38, beginning Part 1. The dogs were hanging out with Yip and Uff while they went shopping for boat stuff. It was hot outside, so they all laid on the tile floors in the store trying to stay cool. It was really hot out, and they had to come in because they would have gotten heat stroke if they stayed in the car. Ciao.
From Sassy. Last night I barely escaped with my life, and I'm sure I'm going to be scared of what's left of it. It began mildly enough. All day we had been hanging out with Yip and Uff while they shopped for things they said were for the boat. Dylan says we're going to live on the boat permanently. I thought it all sounded cool. Besides, it was hotter than fire outside, and we were invited into the store Chi Taco. Dylan and I spent the afternoon sleeping all sprawl out on the chilled tile in the AC. Wolfie said, I should appreciate this because it was probably the last AC we're going to see for some time. I don't know what AC is exactly, but it was a lot cooler in the store than it was in the car. We just made ourselves comfortable on the nice tile floor while Yip and Uff went hunting. We had a second boat called the Dink. That's what Ella called it too. Dink. I was wondering how in the heck we all were going to live in it. Jazz told me that this Dink was for taking us back and forth to the big boat. That's what Yip and Uff said too. They named the boat Margaret Ashton. The Dink takes us from the boat to the land, and from the land to the Margaret Ashton. Ella said we would be living on the big boat. I was glad to hear that. Living on the Dink would have been tough. We put the Dink in the water at a dock. This was my first chance to really get a closer look at the situation. I began to feel a little hesitation. The dock was old and creaky, and there were big openings between the boards. I had to watch out for these because the openings led to water. Lots of water. It had gotten dark by this time, and that water was black from the darkness of night. The moonlight did add some playful silvery patterns to the top, but it just made the whole experience of looking through those slats much spookier. Then I heard a big splash, and this slippery, squishy silver thing just jumped clean out of the water and smacked right back into the water. I jumped back so fast I nearly fell off the backside of the dock. Holy crap. This thing had been huge, at least as big as you, Trask, and it smelled like the food that the cat eats. Ella said it was just a fish that was probably running from a bigger fish, which was trying to catch it and eat it. Whoa, bigger fish. I thought, how big do these things get? Everyone climbed into the Dink, even Chi. They all hopped in. I planted all four paws as firmly as I could on the dock. Yip dragged me by the collar the rest of the way into the Dink. No way was I going to walk the plank willingly. It took about 30 minutes until we arrived at the Margaret Ashton. Everyone kept referring to the boat as a she, but I couldn't get close enough to sniff under her tail, so I'm not positive about that. The boat had a top part that we could run around on, so we did, and we sniffed everywhere. Inside and down 3 steps are where our comfortable bed is. There is a small place for all the stuff from Yip and Uff's hunting trips.
Hey everybody, Pepper here again, story number 12, Episode 38, and Part 1. Sassy wants to get close to the boat and smell her to ascertain if it's a boy or a girl. All the dogs were sniffing everything new and checking out all the spots for the comfort they could find. Ciao.